Okay, so Noskova has just taken this first set. Very close first set. Noskova did have a chance to serve for the sets earlier on. And it is Noskova to serve first in the second set. So I'm not going to enter a trade just yet. I'm going to wait until Noskova has held to get better pricing. Let's just take a look at what happened in this first set. So some decent service holds there. We are a bit more lenient with WTA. So it was 2 breaks versus 1. Took it into the tiebreak with Noskova winning in the tiebreak. So this is the battle of the Czechs. Muchova was the slight favourite at 13 versus Noskova ranked 32. If we just have a look at the stats. So we're looking at Muchova's stats, 62% first serves going in, winning 71% of these, which is a good stat. Both quite low on the second service points won. Winners versus unforced errors, the ratio is spot on there, 16 versus 13. And she won 49% of the first set total points. So let's just take a look at the pricing. So Muchova was just a very slight favourite. I'm surprised we haven't hit the landing zone price yet, but we'll get closer to that if Noskova can hold. Now, just from having a little rethink, another look at the stats, the amount of double faults that Noskova had late on. Let's just have a look at what happened in that first set. So yeah, actually, given the rethink on that, I'm actually going to enter 1 point. I'll put it on just on the backside at 3.6, just in case we do get this early break. I can see Muchova coming back from this. Okay, the price is darting around quite a bit. Decent amount of liquidity in the market, 800,000. Let's just ensure that that gets matched. We'll go 3.55. Of course, if Noskova does hold, we will, of course, be starting off in the red, but I have got confidence in Muchova, and I'll be entering a trade on Muchova just before she serves first after Noskova's first service game of this second set. So trading WTA matches is a much more sit-back approach without exposing yourself to too much liability in the market. It's not a case of locking in profit on the service holds, because of course we do expect more breaks and a few more love 30s, 15-40s, and to be honest, just a bit more kind of scrappy play. So there's a decent start from Noskova. Of course, that has put us in the red to start with. However, I didn't want to miss out just in case we did get the early break. So Noskova having a good start to this second set after looking a bit shaky towards the end of the first set. So a lot of double faults, especially when she was serving out for the set. She actually ended that game with 2 double faults, taking it into the tiebreak. Okay, famous last words. Just another double fault. So I make that 10 so far. Now, of course, if we were backing Noskova or looking to back her with that amount of double faults, that would be a no trade. But the beauty is here, we are trading against her. So the more double faults she has, dodgy unforced error there from Muchova. The more unforced error she has, the more sort of double faults she has, you know, the more relaxed the trading should be. I do like watching these Czech players. They really do go for every point. I mean, this is early on in the second set, and you know she's playing it like the tournament depends on it, which is what you want to see from players that you're backing. Much of it is a fighter. I don't trade that many WTA matches these days, but I have traded quite a few with her. Right. So we're going to get in on a late trade. Again, not great pricing. Let's go 1.32. Late trade on Noskova. So the plan is to leave these trays open, and if we get a break, I'll just chip away, locking in some profit as we progress. And of course, if it starts to go against us, I will reduce the liability just to mitigate the potential loss, but keeping some money in the market, obviously in case we get a break back. Let's see if Muchova can hold confidently in our first service game of this second set. Okay, so at 15 all, we're just back to the prices were just before Muchova served. So we did go reduce the small loss. I mean, this is a very small loss. Bearing in mind we did enter early at 3.55, and obviously it has drifted to 4.1. I didn't expect much of a drift on the hold, which of course is why it was worth entering that trade early on, just in case we got that early break. Okay, so 30.15. And you see already we're in the green. So there is a bit more confidence on Muchova than there is on Noskova. Should see a slightly better price movement if she can hold confidently. Nice bit of play there from Muchova. So I do enjoy watching the checks. They are entertaining to watch, real fighters. And obviously some cracking tennis as well. Look at that, fantastic cross court. Okay, so game Muchova. So we're nicely in the profit. So normally you would want to, we've had good price movement there. Normally you'd want to see at least 10%. Now that was 10% with starting off in the red as well. So I am just going to keep these trades open. I'm not going to look to lock in any profit at the moment because I am expecting a break on Noskova. Now it is the first time that these two players have met. Noskova has had the easier entrance into this second round. With the third round even. She won her first round, 2-love. Second one, her opponent retired. That was Lise of Germany. Whereas Muchova has had 2 3-setters, so she has been tested. She had Venus Williams and Kirstia in the previous round, so we should be seeing a nice bit of profit. Love 30. Now I am just going to have a little bit of a cautious approach here and just reduce the liability a little bit, just in case she does happen to come back from this. But of course we'll be looking for the confirmation of the break after that, so it's just as an insurance policy here. There's nothing worse than seeing a player that you're backing go love 40 or 15-40 and you see loads of profit, and obviously you don't want to hedge out this early in the match, but you know, just lock some of it in, reduce the liability down. You can always re-enter, but it's quite disheartening when you see all that profit disappear. Okay, so 30-40. 30-40. It's going to have a bit of a hit on the profit. We got out 2.46. It's now 2.76. I laid off 100. So we just, it's essentially slowing down this profit and loss. Right, and she has come back to juice. So it was a good move to just lay off a little bit there on Muchova. Okay, so double fault again from Noskova. Now, these do tend to happen when she's under pressure. She's obviously a player that does suffer a bit with the pressure. I think if we see another double fault here, I think she's going to really be in trouble here. Okay, it was a safer first serve. And Noskova does seem to be playing just a bit more safely rather than her more aggressive play that we saw in that first set. Okay, taking it back to deuce. Okay, so Noskova has now got the game points. So it's just serving to hold here in our second service game of this second set. So see, obviously the profit has dropped, but we won't, because we laid, there we go, she's got the game. But because we laid off and locked in that profit, bearing in mind we were starting on the back foot with that early back on Muchova before Noskova served first. That's why we're not seeing any red here. We are still in profits. So I've got total liability of, is that about a point, not quite a point and a half. That's total liability. So this is very risk averse, risk managed trade. I'm expecting Muchova to come back and win this in the second set. Shame we didn't get the break there, but plenty more opportunities to get the break. Just take a look at the stats in this second set. So 2 double faults from Noskova. Not a huge amount in the first serve percentage, but Muchova just winning more of her first service points. Very good second service points, but of course she's only had 3. So looking pretty even here in the second sets. But I must say Muchova is looking the stronger player. So hopefully we'll see a strong service hold here from Muchova. So this is a second service game of this second set. So we'll be back with a healthy looking profit. Say in these WTA matches, you really are looking for the break. You're not necessarily looking to hold in for the entire set. A break and a confirmation should be enough, particularly in this match, to see back to pre-match pricing, which of course is not far off what the end of the set would be if, of course, Muchova won the second set. So 30 love, Muchova. And we're back close to £100 profit. I am going to leave this open again because we are chasing the break. Later on, I will start to reduce the liability down on the service holds. Let's say we are really looking for a break on Noskova. Comfortable serving here from Muchova. Okay, so 2-2 with Noskova to serve.
2 games on, second set.
Now, bearing in mind what happened earlier, with Muchova looking like she was going to break, I did lay off a little bit. The same happens again. I'm going to take the same approach and just lock in a bit more. I'm not going to keep full stakes in. Obviously, if we do get the break, the profit will be much higher. But we've got a fair amount on the side of Muchova anyway. Okay, so 15 love. See what the pricing will be if she can hold. Sorry, if she can go to love 30. We got out of 2.46 before. If we reach 2.46 again, we'll take another £100 out. Okay, we're at 15 all. Let's see what 2.46 would do to our... So it's going to reduce our liability down, but it's not going to affect... there we go. It's going to take £100 liability out, and look, it's only taken £100 of our total profit. Okay, so 30-15 and 40-15. So we're not looking like we're going to get the break here. So I will just look to reduce the liability down, assuming that Muchova holds in the next service game. But it looks like Noskova is going to take this service game. Okay, so Muchova 40-30. Be nice to see her pile some pressure onto Noskova. Noskova does seem to buckle under the pressure. Very interesting if we see her buckle again here. She has had a couple of double faults when it has been a tense moment. This is another tense moment. See if she can hold it together. So second serve. And another double fault. Not very good at predicting these double faults. Well, I certainly am in this game. You can almost read Noskova like a book. Shame I'm not putting bets on her double faulting. I'd be really quids in at the moment if that was the case. Okay, so Noskova has got another chance to take this service game. Let's see if she can confidently serve this out, or whether she feels the pressure again. Okay, second serve again. It'll be quite painful if Noskova does have another double fault. It really will be showing her cards. Okay, nice return there from Muchova. Was a much safer second serve that time. So she's obviously very conscious not to keep doing these double faults. But of course, if she has a weaker second serve, you know, Muchova is going to capitalise on them. So first serve percentage has really dropped off for Noskova in this second set. Safer second serve again. Okay, so she's taken the game, and to be fair, well played from Noskova. So I'm leaving these trades open for Muchova to hopefully hold, and I'll just reduce the liability down a little bit, knock in some profit, assuming she does hold, but keeping some money in the market to, of course, chase a break. So Muchova to serve her third service game in this second set. There's a distinct difference between, even the body language as well, between the two players. Particularly when Muchova is serving, she looks a lot more confident on her serve. So we're back looking a bit more healthy in the profit. So we're down to 3.2 on Muchova. So that original 1 point trade at 3.55. I was hoping it would move a little bit more. I don't really want to take too much out because I can see a break happening. However, I will just take a little bit out. Obviously, we've got a fair amount on the lay side to still capitalise on a break. There we go. So what price have we got? We're going to get down to 305. We've got 310. There we go. We've got 305. I'm just going to take 100 out at 305. They're what's suggesting 48. I am going to take 100 just to lock that in a bit, if we can get that. There we go. So liability versus potential upside is obviously looking more favourable. The idea is that you want this to become more and more, you want more money on the green than of course you do on the red. It's essentially the name of the game, or the aim of the game even. Okay, so love 30.
Love 30.
I am just going to take that other 50 out. 2.4 just in case it doesn't break here. Again, just to lock that in again. Okay, just missed that. Is it going to get matched? No. So we've just missed out on that.
15.
Oh no, it did get matched. That's absolutely fine. So it's reduced our liability right down. It's reduced the overall profit. It just means that this green is going to move a lot slower. So it would be nice, of course, if we get the break. If we did get the break, then I'll wait for the confirmation of break to take profits. Okay, so 30 all. So it's a good decision to just reduce the stakes a little bit, just lock in a bit more money in the market that we did at love 30. So 40-30. Let's see if Noskova can confidently serve this out. So she has had a habit of, when she has got an important point, and this is an important point, we're moving towards the pivotal moments of this match. There's a lot counting on her getting these service holds. She's looking a little bit shaky there. Okay, decent first serve. And she's held. So well done, Noskova. Not that great for us, because obviously we were looking for a break there. We had a sniff of it at love 30, but we still had a chance to lock in some money. So of course, the green is looking slightly better than it has done just before Muchova has served the last 2 times, because of course we have got more money locked in the markets. We reduce our stakes down while obviously keeping as much total profit on Muchova. Now, just looking on this lay side, now we did get in at 1.32. There has been a drift to 1.3536, which obviously suggests a bit of a change in momentum, a bit of change in confidence. The market just losing a little bit of confidence in Noskova. Bearing in mind she has just won a service game. She's potentially a break and a hold from winning the match, but the market doesn't have a huge amount of confidence in her. So we want to see much of a hold confidently here. Again, nice solid serving from Muchova. So I will look to just reduce this liability down slightly. We'll see what the pricing is, or if she does hold. Bearing in mind we are reaching the real pivotal moments of the set and potentially the match. Okay, so 15 all. There's been quite a few unforced errors from Muchova in this second set. Let's just have a look. Actually, no, it just seems like more than there were. I think it just seems to happen at the important moments. First service point is 1, still looking good at 82%. First serves going in, 69, not too bad at all. So unforced errors at the moment, Noskova 10, Muchova 6. So we want to see last 2 confident serves from Muchova. Famous last words. There's been no double faults from Muchova in this second set. She has been very consistent with her serving. And a decent second serve there from Muchova. So the profit's looking a bit healthier there. So on the lay side, the drift from 1.32 up to 1.47 now. So decent service hold from Muchova. I would like to keep more money in the market here. I might just reduce this down a little bit. 250, I don't want to take 250. Let's go 175. Just to reduce that down a little bit. The fact that we have got this decent pricing at the moment. So we're just reducing our overall liability right down, but still leaving enough money in the market to chase a break on Noskova's fifth service game of this second set. Now Muchova has gone 15 love up again. Love 15 even. Now, of course, with a lot of money locked in, we will see slower price movement here. Let's see what the price movement moves to if we do get love 30. And we'll just slowly chip away at that. There we go, we've got love 30. So 1.8. Just going to gradually just really chip away at this. Just because we haven't had a break yet. Okay, we didn't quite get matched there. There we go, we've got matched. So liability is minimal. So this was a kind of a very mitigated risk trade. Obviously, if we had had a lot more money in the market, we would be looking at buckets of points. But it was a very cautious approach. There we go. So we've got the break. Shame the break didn't come when, of course, we had a lot more money in the market. Now we are beyond. I think we're going to see a few ticks better pricing here. If she does hold, we're back to sort of pre-match pricing. I do think we are going to see a slight little bit of movement. But to be honest, the way this has gone, I am just going to hedge out for the profit. Say, a shame we didn't have much money in the market. It was a very risk-averse approach. Just chipping away at that liability and locking in profit. So I'll take the 368. I don't want to hang on in there. Just, you know, bearing in mind we're not going to see much more profit than that when Muchova, if she does hold and gets the second set. And it's just not worth the risk just for a few extra little ticks on the profit. So overall, yeah, 368. Not bad in terms of profit, but of course would have been a lot more had we had more money in the markets. Now, if you would like to begin your journey into tennis trading, you can of course do at protennistrader.teachable.com, where I offer the full package to get you up and running as a professional tennis trader. You can start off with my free video course, a free introduction into tennis trading. If you would like to join the complete one, that provides absolutely everything you need and also includes a month of platinum traders. Now, I am also a Forex trader and I offer the one Forex strategy on my website. And of course, please do follow me on YouTube, Pro Tennis Trader, where you can find loads of trading videos, in-play analysis, trading psychology, and a lot more. Until the next time, good luck with your trading,
and I'll speak to you soon.